feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that was promised? You tell me it's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. I smile, even though it hurts me, I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you're down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so I smile. Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but tell me where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that was promised? You tell me it's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. I smile, even though my mercy I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you're down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile. Smile for me. Can you just smile for me? Smile, smile for me. Can you just smile for me? You look so much better when you 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 You look so much better when you
Look in the mirror.
You look so much better when you
Always remember.
You look so much better when you smile. Almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. Right now, I smile, even though it hurts me, I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you're down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. You look so much better when you
New Orleans,
You look so much better when you
Cleveland,
You look so much better when you You
Detroit,
look so much better when you You 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 look so much better when you smile.
I just don't want you to be happy. And then you gotta have something happy then. I want you to have joy. Cause can't nobody take that from you. I see you. Bye.
Yeah, that's an acquired experience.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream Live for this Sunday, September the 19th. I welcome each of you. I wanted to say welcome to people. We have, if you don't recognize this, but we have people from all over who are watching us, people in California, in Texas, in Florida, in Illinois, in North Carolina. My sister was on vacation in Mexico and sent me a picture of watching it there. People from all over in Mississippi and here in the Memphis area and many other places. If I didn't call where you are, I apologize, but there's so many people. It's so rich and exciting that people are continually watching and taking in the message of Open Heart and all of the things that we have through the music and the affirmative reading, the centering, the evocation, the message, and all of the ways in which we share as a community. Thank you for all that you do to make this possible. I greet you. I bless you. I see God in you.
Let the sound of the ball sing the beginning of the celebration as we invoke the Spirit of the living God to work in, through, and as us, as we invoke all that is for our highest good and all that is for love and light. We say yes, that in this celebration it is blessed and a blessing. The affirmative reading, the prayers, the singing, the birthday celebration, the announcements, and the message. God is in all these things, and we make room for more of God in this sacred time. And so it is.
Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner buy defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Unlimited. My future is unlimited, and I just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy and true, the vision's hazy, but I swear someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity, flying so I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. So if you can't find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who'd ground me, take this message back from me. Tell them how I am defying gravity, flying so high, I'm defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down.
Our theme for the month of September is freedom in the midst of limitation. And our daily affirmation is, I believe that at the center of my being is a power which is a joyous, creative power. Recognition of this power causes it to act for me. It breaks through every obstacle and finds creative ways to appear. It makes me a whole and better person. It makes me free.
Good morning, Open Heart. Today's affirmative reading comes from a book entitled I Am Magic, How to Create Your Best Life by Maria Robbins. And it reads, our thoughts are like a dripping tap. A few drops are okay and not much of that. But more than a few fill the sink to the top. And the next thing you know, you find you can't stop. Thinking about all the things that are wrong instead of the great things you've got going on. The sink overflows and turns into a pool, so think only good things, that is the rule. Or let me put it another way, in case you're not sure what I'm trying to say. Each thought that you have is a jigsaw piece that joins with the next like a flock of geese. One on its own cannot do too much, but put them together, there's power as such. Like the geese joining forces as they fly along, one with the next is what makes them strong. How many times do you think I am? Something or other, consider if you can. How many times do you say to yourself, I am happy, I am sad, or I am something else? I am rich, I am poor, I am feeling great, I am getting cold, I'm putting on weight. And what happens when you think all these things? Well, just like magic, that's what life brings. Using the words I am is a power. One drop in a bucket, hour by hour. If you've thought I am happy, then that's what you feel. If you've thought I am angry, then that's what you'll make real. Which one would you rather be? It's up to you, and your thoughts are free. Today's affirmation is I am magic.
Good morning. These are your announcements. This is just a reminder to our Treat Yourself to Life class participants that we will meet this coming Thursday at 6:30 p.m. If you've not already done your homework, if you've not checked your email, the homework assignment is in the email, and hope to see you on Thursday. Hey you. Yes, you. Do you love to sing? Well, our Voices from the Heart musical group is looking for you. It's your opportunity to join us in the music that we provide each week through your voice, through your love of singing. If you're interested, please contact me so that we can make you a part of this wonderful group and the wonderful music that we provide each and every week.
like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment, a treatment for those who are on our prayer list and beyond. A power is in you right now in this instant, waiting to be released into the creative action, which is your natural birthright, whether it's your own health, your relations with other people, or your own work. All the love there is in the world is in you and around you at this instant. It is waiting only for the release that comes through your active awareness of it. All the health there is in the world is yours at this instant. It is waiting only for the revelation of the perfect person covered by the ailing person. All the riches you need in the world are yours at this instant. They await only your acceptance. The creative drive you have always had is now in action. It is calling and waiting for you to let it out into the world, to let it shine before a world that will receive you with love, warmth, and joy, since you and the creation are one, inseparable and eternal. And so it is. Thank you, Jocelyn, for today's affirmative reading, and invite those of you who would like to send them in to me. You don't have to wait on me to ask, but if you would send it in, jgilmore@openheartspiritual.org. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow. Thank you for all of the support that you provide for us through your conscious giving. You can do so through a number of methods. We have our Cash App. You can use our cash tag OHSC901 to donate. You can also go online to our website at ohsc901.com and make your contribution there. Or you can do the text to give by texting the word give to 615-422-4292. Thank you for all of the ways in which you support Open Heart. Thank you for your financial gifts.
If you all recognize this song, I need you to sing it along with me. Give me a clap. Hey. I've got myself it shine down on me. Oh, I'm gonna spread my wings, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna spread them for the whole world to see. These happy feelings, feelings and happy feelings, I spread them all from deep in my soul.
Into this centering moment, I invite you to join me in this still and sacred space as we have sung and affirmed and celebrated birthdays, announced, invoked. We are now at this place to hear the message. And so let us now take a moment to again reset and refocus in this place, in this moment, at this time. I invite you to join me for a deep breath in and out. And so it is.
As a child, I discovered something that I'd often need to remind myself of these days. It came back to me when I was choosing an inspirational reading for our morning prayer call just the other day, and I turned to the book by Margaret Stortz that is entitled I Am Enough. And in one of the selections, she told about how her son, when he was a small boy, would take a broad-back chair, he would turn it backward, and he would sit and he would gaze out the window. And she described how she could see that he was lost in thought, and she dared not disturb him and not even ask him what he was seeing or what he was thinking about. But she could tell by looking at him that he used that time to allow his mind to take him wherever it willed. And she went on to talk about how the author and the teacher Joseph Chilton Pierce called that particular thing gating, the gating mechanism, or the ability of children to shift out of their mundane environments into a boundless world of being. And I remember those days for me. I of course, didn't know of Joseph Chilton Pierce. I just knew that I had those days where I could just sit and use my mind and allow my mind to roam and imagine all kinds of worlds and possibilities, all types of scenarios where I could spend hours underneath the dining room table with my Hot Wheel cars or my soldiers and all of that, and create my own worlds and have all of that happen for me, and just how powerful that was, and have experiences that were amazing. It was just a wonderful thing. And it's New Thought teachers like Neville Goddard who remind us that imagination is not just child's play. That in fact, imagination, as Neville calls it, and you have to really understand the language that he uses, but he says that God is our wonderful human imagination, but the ability of us to use the power of imagination, the power of thought, to create the world and create the experiences that we wish to have. Because we know that the key to all of this is recognizing that everything is created twice. It first happens in the mind, and then as we hold the intention, as we hold the space for it, as we set what we call the mental equivalent, where we continue to see the idea and hold fast to the idea, that then it comes out in our experience, it manifests, it comes out into reality. And you know, speaking of child's play, it did occur to me, didn't the master teacher, Jesus, say that unless you become like a little child, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven? But I'm getting a little ahead of myself right now. But I am saying this morning that it's about using the creative power that we have, the creative process. Our affirmation for this month says, I believe that at the center of my being is a power which is a joyous, creative power. Recognition of this power causes it to act for me. It breaks through every obstacle and finds creative ways to appear. It makes me a whole and better person. It makes me free. That this is a power that is acting all the time. It works for us. It is always working. It is always creating. Sometimes it creates for our detriment, and sometimes it creates for our benefit. But oftentimes we find it creating to our detriment because we are not directing it. We are not the ones that are taking control and recognizing and realizing that just as when we worry about things and we worry and we worry and we agonize over things and we have all of that happening for us, that it causes the the very one things or those very things that we don't wish to experience to become realities, because worry is a form of prayer. And when we agonize over things, when we focus on the negative, when we go and look and see what could go wrong and all of that, chances are it will go wrong. But when we focus on the right things, when we recognize what we wish to have happen, those are the things that show up. So it's recognition of this creative process, this creative power, as Raymond Charles Barker talks about, this center, divine center that is within us, this creative process that is constantly pushing out to the circumference as we think about a circle. And that is where we experience things. But it's a process that we have to be intentional about. And so why isn't it always happening for our benefit? Like I mentioned, that it's happening to our detriment. And I think a part of that is because we do allow things to get in our way. We do allow things to block us. We do allow limitation. Now, this title is Freedom in the Midst of Limitation. And there are things that become limitations for us. There are things that get in our way. Nathan Howe tells the story of when he lived at a house and he was a teacher that was trying to make it a family of 6 and trying to make things happen on a teacher's salary. And one day some neighborhood kids were playing, and football came and it broke one of the windows to his basement. And he didn't blame the kids. He knew they were only playing and it's something that happens. He went down to the basement and he got some boards out and he boarded up the window and he said he would get it fixed. It didn't keep the bugs out, but it kept the light out. And he said every time he'd go down in the basement or go to the hardware store, it really something that nagged him. I need to fix this. I need to get it done because it's letting the bugs in, but not the light. And then he finally got some window companies to come and look at it and give an estimate. And he wanted to replace all the windows, and they indicated that in order to put energy efficient windows in, it would be about $15,000. He said, there's no way on a teacher's salary with a family of 6 that I can afford to do that. And so every time, though, he would find it was nagging him. He would find that, again, the bugs would come in, but not the light. And so he continued on with that for, he said, at least 5 years. And then his wife got a job that was going to require them to move. And so as they vacated the house, he realized that a person that wanted to buy his house couldn't get an FHA loan if the window was broken. So he decided that he would try and do something about the window. So he got some WD-40 and he sprayed it on the window and he tugged at it a few times, and much to his surprise, it came open. And he was able to take that part, go to the hardware store, and it was a $12 fix. A $12 fix. And he said that he could have fixed it on the very day that it was broken. But because in his mind, he had so elevated and escalated the cost and the necessary repair and everything else, that he went for more than 5 years with a broken window down in his basement that wouldn't let light in, but would let the bugs in. And he goes on to say that everybody's broken windows are different, but there are things that seriously affect our quality of life. And there are things that need work. We know that they need work, but we allow the work that is there to come and become so daunting in our minds that they limit us and they keep us from doing the things that we need to do to get those things done, to get those things fixed. And that's the thing about the limitations that I'm talking about this morning. How so many limitations come to us that inhibit our freedom, that inhibit us from taking full advantage of the creative process that is alive in each and every one of us, the creative process that is a part of who we are. And he goes on to say that an imperfect solution would have been better than a perfect solution that will never happen. He had in his mind that it had to be energy efficient windows, but it just needed to be a window. It didn't have to cost $15,000, just $12 ultimately solved the problem. He went on to say that sometimes doing the thing is often less painful than thinking about doing the thing. And I sure can identify with that. He says that acknowledging how the problem is affecting you can reduce its power over you. And finally, he says, don't blame yourself for dwelling on your broken windows. Enjoy the light when you fix one. And then there are also some things that you can't fix yourself. So find help to help you for the right window. And you don't have to fix it all now. Just start by starting. We have indeed for us freedom in the midst of limitation. This power acts on us all the time. I mentioned how the master teacher Jesus said, unless we can become like little children, we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Heaven is not some place that's far off that we get to when we die, but heaven is that realm in which we now experience the full presence and power of God. It's available to us when we allow ourselves to use the imagination that is ours, when we allow things to come forth in our minds, setting that mental equivalent, recognizing and acknowledging that power that is within us, and each day feeding that power, welcoming that power, giving all kinds of things here and now, recognizing that it is a part of who we are, that it is a part of what it is that we need to do. I remember the song long ago that Tremaine Hawkins sang called Set Me Free. And one of the lines in that song is, every time you start to move in me, I get in your way, always trying to see. And we get in the way. But when we get out of the way, when we open ourselves to this presence and power that is ours, and I remind you all the time, you don't have to earn it. You don't have to be a certain level or amount of good to get it. You don't have to meditate so many hours a day to get it. You don't have to spend money to get it. All you have to do is make yourself open and available right now, right here. As I mentioned last week, that God is a God of the now, and now is the time, and this is the place, and this is the opportunity for you to be available for all that is happening, all that is available to you, all of the creative potential of the universe that is yours and that is mine. This is the opportunity today to experience in real ways in which make a difference. And our affirmation says that when we recognize that and allow this creative process to work, it finds creative ways to appear. And then it says it makes me a whole and better person. And this whole and better person is not about somehow a question of morality or a question of just how good I am in terms of what kind of behavior or anything else that I might have done. But being a better person means it makes us well-rounded. It makes us whole. It makes us where we can see, even in the midst of limitation, we understand that there's always a way. Even in the midst of obstacles, we understand that we can move through obstacles. There's a presence and power within us that makes the crooked places, goes before us to make the crooked places straight and the rough places plain. We understand, being that whole and better person, that our outlook becomes one in which we see others, and we behold the divinity within them. We behold the God presence in them. We do as we used to say when we were together in person at Open Heart. I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you. We take the seriousness of that and become that whole and better person. We recognize that once we do this, once we embrace this, once it becomes a part of who we are, this creative process, that there are no limitations, that there are no things that can hold us back, that there are no things that can hold us and keep us down, that we have all that can make us soar, that can make us fly, that can make us expand, that can make us unfold, that can cause the power to emanate from us, that can cause us to become free. It makes us free. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And so it is.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release. I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Do you want to be free? Then let me hear you say yes. Yes, I'm only here for God. I know.